Hello everybody and welcome back to the West Ham Network. Hope you are safe and well as per usual. Now Graham Potter could genuinely find his way out of a job at West Ham if we lose to Crystal Palace at the weekend. And let's be honest, he needs to fix quite a few things fast. Now, Potter's only won 5 of his 19 games last season. Most West Ham fans have been quite patient with the situation. We said, fair enough, mate. It's not your team. You came in mid-season. Let's go and see what you can do with a pre-season and some signings. Well, we have seen it now, and it's like watching someone try to fix a leaky roof with some tinfoil. It's been a disaster. Potter, the man you could have said that was once hyped up in English coaching, a great hope for English coaching, had 6 weeks to drill in his philosophy into the team. But if this is his philosophy, I think I'd rather stick to fortune cookies if I am being genuinely honest. Now, 4 defeats from 5 at the start of the season, 14 goals conceded, bottom 3 in the table, dumped out of the Carabao Cup faster than he can say cup run, 6 wins from 24 games under Graham Potter. That's definitely relegation form. In fact, it's worse than relegation form. Several clubs who have been relegated several times over are somewhere nodding on my approval of what I have just said, and this isn't the reason for me mucking about. 40 points is going to be the bare minimum for survival, and right now West Ham look likely to hit 40 goals conceded by Christmas. I am not even jesting here to you right now. So, what needs to change? What needs to change? Well, for me, I think there's 5 things that Potter must change if West Ham and Graham Potter is going to survive this season. So I'm going to get on to the first one, and that is, I think he needs to change the keeper. Now, look, I don't like turning on any West Ham player. I don't like turning on any goalkeepers. I don't like, just genuinely don't like doing it in all, I don't think it's the right message. It's a tough position. Confidence is everything. West Ham are desperately needing someone to come in and command that presence in goal. Someone who can come out for corners and free kicks, dominate the area, and give defenders in front of them the belief, the relevant belief that they need. And right now, Hermansen looks like he is struggling a lot in that department. It's not just about shot stopping, it's about commanding your box. And at that moment, opposition teams can smell that weakness a mile off. It really, really can. So for me, people will call me crazy. I would absolutely switch him for Areola. Yes, I know you're probably watching this right now and thinking that they're as bad as each other, but honestly, can it get any worse? At least Areola has the physical presence to come out and try and claim that ball when needed. People might call him flappy, but he can come out and claim that ball. And sometimes you just need that bit of authority behind the defence to steady the ship. And that's what West Ham are missing right now. We don't have keepers that we believe are confident enough to come and do the job, but right now I don't think Hermansen's the one. So we need to change the goalkeeper. Next up for me, we've got to ditch the ridiculously crazy mindset of zonal marking. I've never understood it. I still will never get it. Big Sam always used to laugh when teams played zonal. He called it naive. For us, it's just not naive. It's kamikaze. It's like throwing the game away. You've seen it, how we did against Spurs. We've already shipped 6 goals from corners. And that's with Graham Potter insisting that we have defended well as well. Now, we set records, just not the kind that we want. And when your centre-backs don't really fancy heading the ball and your keeper can't command the box, zonal marking is like trying to defend a castle with a paper shield. Think about it. It's complete and utter madness. If Potter sticks with it, he'll be gone. He will be gone. Next up, I think it's time we hire a proper set-piece coach. Here's a fun fact. West Ham are one of the few Premier League clubs without a specialist set-piece coach. Of course we are. This is the club that still uses bloody garden sheds for our training ground. Garden sheds. Potter handed the responsibility to Narcis Pelac, who literally admitted that his main role was set plays, and judging by the results, it's like putting me in charge of fucking running West Ham. An irony, we've got James Ward-Prowse in the squad, one of the best dead ball specialists in England on paper, and we barely use him properly. And I suppose you could say it's a little bit like owning a Ferrari and driving it around Tesco's car park, never utilising what we actually have on the threat. And whilst we are on that topic of James Ward-Prowse, Potter loves him. Too much maybe, but he's not delivering from set pieces anymore. So then really what is the point? In open play, he is slower than rush hour traffic at the Blackwell Tunnel. There are younger, hungrier players in the West Ham squad. Players like Freddie Potts, 𝙁𝙄𝙑𝙀 𝙁𝙃, who actually look like they want to play physical, pacey football. Give them a chance. Ward-Prowse can be useful in a squad if in particular we do fix our set pieces. But until then, he needs a breather. He absolutely needs a breather. And my final point is stick with the back four and attack. Potter has been chopping and changing systems like he's on Football Manager with cheat codes turned on. 3 at the back, 4 at the back, passing, pressing one week, sitting deep the next. And it is definitely getting confusing, not just for the players, but for the fans. But like I said, I think the players are struggling to see what shape that they're supposed to be in. And against Spurs, we didn't even start with a striker, not a single striker against them. And that's like turning up to a barbecue without meat. Think about Diouf whipping those crosses in on the wing, begging for a striker, a finisher, someone who can put their head on the end of those balls. But Callum Wilson and Nicholas Füllkrug are twiddling their thumbs on the bench, knitting on the bench. West Ham fans are calling for modern attacking manager, especially after David Moyes. But right now, we've got a manager who you could say tinkers around. And it feels like we're watching a man who's kind of broken and lost and doesn't really know how and what he can do to achieve the success that he needs to achieve. Graham Potter needs to choose a formation that works. Stick with it. Play with an element of intent. And if you've got strikers, you have to play with them. You have to play with them. So, there it is. In my opinion, Potter's got to change and quickly, and if not, the sack is looming and coming, and relegation could also be a big, real factor for West Ham. Fans can forgive a lot, but not watching a club sleepwalk in towards the Championship, not in our stadium. So it's time for Graham Potter to wake up, otherwise someone else is going to be waking up in his office instead of him. Leave your comments in the comment section. Let me know if those are the 5 things you think he needs to do to shape up or get out of the club. Hit the like, hit the subscribe, leave a comment. Come on, you irons.